空を彩る七色の夢、ずっとこのまま見ていたかった。昨日まで輝いてたきら星でさえも I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say 色あせてくから雨に降られて凍える夜は少しだけでもそばにいたかった。明日まで感じていたいぬくもりでさえも You don't have to say, you don't have to say 冷めてしまうから僕らは何を見てる長い長い夜だってやがて朝は来るから
Come on, turn me up, man. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Better gets better. Here's on 3, 1, 2, 3, bear.
The fire rises.
Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay. Let's talking on the net. Get in the field and do stuff.
Get the money, gotta get my bag on.
Okay.
Triple back, flip out the whole scene.
Okay.
All you suckers just to wanna be me. So, get smacked. You looking black. I put up big stats. I'm pushing stacks. New outfit. You wish you had it on. Only tricks on the wrist. Gotta keep it on.
Okay.
What you got? I got it going on.
Okay.
What you got? I got it going on.
Okay.
What you got? I got it going on.
Okay.
What you got? I got it.
Okay.
Huh. Well, I didn't think I'd be talking about Home Alone today, but Home Alone it is. So I'm going to talk about Home Alone. There's a video I want to cover. It's actually pretty good. And in true fashion of me, because this is what I would do, we're going to go through the bad ones of Home Alone. We could go and praise all the good stuff from Home Alone 1 and 2 all day. That's just too long. It's just boring. And also because it's like we all know what's great about Home Alone 1 and 2 and how special they are. So we're gonna rip on all the ones that suck, which is everyone after 1 and 2. I have not seen the fourth one, so bear with me. I will be going into it a little bit like doe-eyed, if you will. Like I'm just gonna go in like, okay, I don't know what to expect. But I have seen the latest one. It is complete monkey ass. It is one of the worst piles of shit I've ever watched, and I hated the kid. I know I shouldn't be like this because they're just acting and all that, but man, did I hate that fucking kid. And it wasn't his fault. They made him such a pompous, arrogant, pain in the ass. He was such a little douchebag. It's like, no, I kind of wish he did get robbed. I'm kind of glad he was going to get robbed. I was rooting for the robbers the whole time. You're goddamn right. Steal his Chris. He probably needs it. Anyways, let's just get on to this. 3 is terrible because they are trying to go on a radical shift to go away from Kevin so they can market it off of different situations. But this literally made no sense because how do we go from this to, oh, look, it's China, huh? Wait, what do you mean that they got Chinese weapons they're trying to steal? What is going on here? And how did a group of trained mercenaries get outdone by some suburban little white kid? What? How does that make any sense? I know that we're supposed to suspend our disbelief for these movies to an extent, but come on. Anyways, let's just get into it.
For Christmas. If I walked in on this, I would think I was in the wrong theater. So China is doing some shady deals to get
As usual.
these advanced ass microchips from the US Air Force
Huh?
or something. And they're trying to smuggle it to America, I guess, in this RC car. Wrong. Upon rewatching, they went to California to get the microchip and they were trying to smuggle it back to Hong Kong, I guess. In my defense, they explain this in the first 2 minutes of the movie and then never talk about it again. And now you see what's gonna happen. The bags get switched at the airport. So now our main villains have to try to get it back from this kid. They couldn't.
Because that makes perfect sense. So they're idiots. They're trained professional mercenaries that are paid lots of money to secure this, and somehow are dumb enough to have let that happen. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Okay, watching this as an adult, it actually gets worse than I thought. I thought it was bad when I was a kid watching this. This is infinitely much worse.
Couldn't find the swapped bag at the airport, so they somehow deduce that it's in Chicago because that's the next plane that's leaving, I guess.
Again, how did you mess this up as a group of professionals? Why are you leaving like a potential millions of dollars worth of equipment in the hands of like regular airfare? That doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't you have private airfare for this? We're talking about millions of dollars worth of equipment, and you don't have military private form of transportation for this. Again, I know I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief for these movies to an extent. That extent has been broken because this is just retarded. This is just blatantly the dumbest thing. I'm kind of rooting for them to get legitimately blown up at this point. You're too stupid to live. You are the dumbest group of morons I've ever seen in my entire life. The fucking retarded Seinfeld crew over here can't even figure out how dumb this is, right? You know when this is dumb as rocks, right? This is the entire premise of this is fucking stupid. Outdone by a suburban white kid. My God.
So we're going to Chicago. Now this movie put Matrix villains in Home Alone. I don't know when did the Matrix come out? 1999. Oh, this came out 1 year before the Matrix came out.
Don't you fucking start, lady. I swear to God, lady, leave it alone. Don't start. Don't start. This is just a style in the 90s. We don't need to do this because I can tell you this right now. Let me look up. Okay. You know what? You want to do this. You want to be that person. Okay. All right. We'll do this. We'll do this. We will do this. I will have to do this. We will have to fucking do this. Heat came out in 1995. So if you want to have that conversation of looks and all that, let me tell you what they really took from. They took from Heat, okay? That they look like from Heat. So let's not do this, okay? Ain't gonna do the Matrix. This is Heat. This is the 90s style. So before you start, sunglasses, a long. Look at this dude. Look at this dude on the left end here. That's like total wannabe Al Pacino, okay? It's just okay. Let's not do this. They didn't take from the Matrix, okay? I'm not having this Matrix disrespect. of thinking that the Matrix sat there and took from this sorry ass movie. We're not doing this. We're not gonna put that in the ethos. I don't care. We're not doing it. No. Shut it down. Shut it down.
They know. They somehow find the street they live on from asking a random old guy and decide to break into every house on the street to find the toy car.
Again, you trusted a piece of $1 million hardware to fucking TSA. Not even TSA. Actually, this is worse. This is before the TSA. This is actually like 2-3 years before the horrific events that basically set up the TSA. We don't want to talk about. You fucked this up again. Why are you trusting this to public airfare? I don't get it. This movie's so stupid now, looking back as an adult.
Alex is our new kid this time and has the chicken.
I feel bad for this kid. This kid was again a product of bad writing because he's just so not. He's just not old enough to do this. Here's the problem. This is a little kid. So he's not going to be charming enough for the audience to go, "Ha, this kid's witty and funny." See, when you had like the cast in prior, the Culkins were prodigies at this. They were funny. They were witty. They had the acting chops. Macaulay also had another movie that's kind of iconic as a cult classic. It's that movie about the brothers. He was, I think he's it's the movie with the adopted with Elijah Wood as a kid. Him and Elijah Wood were kids. I can't remember what it's called, but for some reason, Elijah Wood, who looks like an absolute psychotic spurg, compared to Macaulay Culkin, who looks like a normal child, which now adds to the movie because there's something wrong about that kid, and then there's something completely okay with the other one who looked like he was going to burn down a building. So it is what it is. Don't get me. Do not come for me, Lord of the Ring fans. I don't care how much you love Elijah Wood. Kiss my ass. He looked like someone who's going to burn down a school. But for some reason, yeah, I mean, one was the villain, one wasn't. It worked out pretty well, but he just isn't old enough to be charming or witty. He's just a little kid. He's just an annoying little twat, and that's how we're gonna think. I'm not trying to say he is one. That's what I thought when I was a kid. I was like, who is this annoying little kid? I want to punch him. Unfortunately, that's how everyone thought in this movie from first glance. Granted, I wasn't mad because it wasn't Macaulay Culkin, because I knew it was like, even as when I was younger, I kind of knew first watch. I was like, he must have got older. That's literally my first thought. Of course he wasn't going to keep doing this forever.
Pox. He's also barely home alone. He's like home alone for 6 hours a day during business hours only. But he keeps calling the police because he sees the bad guys breaking into his neighbors' houses, but they keep leaving before the cops get there. So he's gotta catch them himself.
So the cops are dumb? They didn't investigate anything? Okay.
Figures out the pattern of where they're gonna break in next, so he tapes a video recorder to the top.
So the kid's a complete fucking genius and a prodigy. Okay.
With the RC car to catch them in the.
That's also what bothered me. I know Kevin was pretty handy, but this kid's like somehow a complete genius. Like, we're talking about Stewie Griffin levels of genius here, where he triangulated where the fucking goddamn robbers were gonna be. Do you understand how hard that is for an adult to do, to triangulate? That takes like weeks of planning. Detectives takes weeks to triangulate like patterns in terms of investigations. This kid did it in like 30 minutes. Apparently, he's fucking Professor X. He's a prodigy among prodigies. Like Stephen Hawking wishes he was as smart as this kid. Again, this is what I'm talking about. I know we're supposed to suspend our disbelief to an extent to this movie, but this is fucking stupid.
Them chasing just the toy car goes on for a very long time.
Very long, awkward, and painful time where I'm just sitting here going, are you people like this stupid? Oh my God, how am I watching this?
I paused after a while to take a break.
I had to literally sit there and think. Like, there are a few moments in movies where I will sit there and I will think. I will think when I'm watching the movie. All right. I'll make a scene. I remember watching, and everyone says that Genesis is the worst Terminator movie. I will always argue that Dark Fate is the worst Terminator movie of all time. I will always argue it simply for this one scene. I am not a fucking critical drinker type or nerdrotic. I don't like any of those accounts. All right. Let me just start that right there. But what I will say is, when this dumb bitch said, "You're not the mother to some man that saves the universe," I paused the movie. I paced around the house maybe for about like 5 minutes, trying to rethink all of my life choices that led me to the idea that watching and reviewing this movie was a good idea. I had to literally walk around going, Did you really have to put that in to disrespect all that history we went through? To disrespect Terminator, to sit there and go, you are the future's female. This woman did it. She didn't just sit back and be some mom and sit back and watch some man do it. That's how they framed it. I shit you not. And I'm just thinking, did you have to do that? Who cares? And then the whole premise of it was retarded. It's like, well, now it's not Skynet. It's this other thing with tentacles and another So you're telling me it's inevitable that humanity is retarded and that we're completely fighting an uphill battle? That's completely stupid, because the only thing that's going to keep breaking is the fact that humanity will keep creating all these AI machines that will keep killing itself. So we're all stupid. So wiping out Skynet means nothing. Yes. Okay. Understood. Awesome. We killed John Connor at the beginning of that movie for what then?
Break from the movie to go play Minecraft, and I realized I wasn't
I hate Minecraft on every level. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, the people that play Minecraft. I hate everyone that plays Minecraft. Never mind. Don't look at me like that. You goddamn well know why.
even halfway through the movie. So if you were a kid that really liked RC cars, this movie is awesome for you.
No, it's not. Speed Racer is the movie for them.
So we're supposed to believe that this fetus with chickenpox goes against 4 Matrix villains that have gadgets and know how to do backflips. And at the end of the movie, when they get caught, the FBI even says that they've been trying to catch this guy for 7 years. But he's so
So let me make this very simple. Very simple. Let me make this very, very, and this is why I have a problem with this. Let me make this very simple. Why I have a problem with this. What they just said, right? You spent years trying to catch them, right? So why the flying fuck was no one notified about? You know what? They're publicly going in a public airport and they're on camera. You didn't find them. How is I'm supposed to believe these bumbling idiots that were not caught by the FBI were then dumb enough to sit there and throw a piece of the biggest payday score in their lives that they had in their hands? They put it through public airfare, through the hands of someone else, their payday. I'm supposed to be expected to believe that at all. That makes perfect sense. And somehow the FBI couldn't catch these bumbling retards. This is what I'm talking about. What's wrong with this fucking premise? It's just stupid. It's like they just chose today to wake up and go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do everything we're going to go against everything that made us successful, and we're going to be stupid. Huh? Yep. It's as if like the New England Patriots woke up one day and say, we're not going to draft the way that we've won 3 Super Bowls. We're going to stop what we've been doing when it comes to drafting and development, and we're going to go completely and absolutely blow all our load on free agents like retards. Okay, but why? Why would you do that? That's what this felt like to me. You just woke up one day and decided to be dumb, to go dumb it down to some child prodigy that's apparently a genius that might honestly solve world hunger somehow, and then waste his time catching third-rate mercenaries who can't get it right on this one day.
oh good, he keeps slipping away.
7 years I've been after this guy.
Either the government is seriously inefficient, or this kid is smarter.
It's a bit of both. It's like everything. It's like yes to everything. He's a genius. They're stupid, and the government's retarded. Apparently, everyone in this movie is an idiot. You know what? This actually works because that's the Power universe. That's literally Power. If I were to describe Power to someone, everyone's stupid, but the dumb fucks that are running drugs, who are also stupid as shit somehow. Like Tariq is one of the dumbest drug dealers I've ever seen in my entire life in any television show. But by comparison to the actual police force that is within the Power universe, he's a fucking genius. Like I'm watching Power Force right now, right? And it's ending with Tommy. And I can't help but think like Tommy just killed the mayor of Chicago and somehow was not caught or witnessed at all doing it. Pulls out a gun, bang. No one witnessed it. Somehow that's possible. Second of all, he gets to kill. Even then, if he was, he'd probably intimidate or kill every witness there is very easily without ever being caught. But he's killed the mayor of Chicago like it's nothing. Like you don't do that. Now she wasn't technically the mayor yet, but she's probably going to be incoming to be the mayor of Chicago. She's still like the chief fucking district. I forget. I guess the chief district prosecutor of Chicago. You understand how big of a target that is, and you just managed to bang bang. and there are several people within the department that know you did it, and somehow you aren't caught, you could have easily let one of the characters in the show kill Tommy. He was going to kill Tommy right there, and then you pull up to stop him so you could try and build a case versus him instead of just, I don't know, after all these years of him completely and absolutely turmoiling Chicago, you should let him die. I'll tell you right now, realistically, the police would have gotten there too late in that situation. I'm just going to let you know, because problems need to be taken care of, right? I'm supposed to believe that. I'm supposed to believe this dumb fuck kid, rich kid, Tariq St. Patrick, of all fucking things, is able to elude the FBI, having minimal years of drug pushing behind his father, who taught him literally jack shit. I'm talking nothing. But he somehow figured it out while going to school. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. But, this show is stupid as shit. The only realistic show within that universe is Raising Kanan. That's it. There's actually penalties and stakes to that show. And the style of it actually feels legit. When I watch, they're just all stupid as shit. But somehow Raising Kanan is written by people that write it kind of like The Wire, where they actually take it semi-seriously. It has its goofy moments, sure, here and there. But you could tell that there are stakes and that there are cover-ups and there are penalties to fucking up, where things have to happen to cover up the fucking shit that happens. Like, at the end of the day, shit's going to go down badly. Not the rest of these shows. You could literally, it's like Grand Theft Auto 5. That's all that show is, except dumber. Anyways, but that's how this movie feels like. It's like, oh, okay, genius. These mercenaries who have like $1 million piece of equipment, who are experienced mercenaries that have been eluding the FBI for several years, decide to put that piece of equipment that could literally have them retire in Tahiti in the hands of public transit. That makes perfect sense, guys, if you're an idiot. Again, what the fuck?
Either way, it's the former. I think what takes me out of this movie in particular is just that. The other scenario...
No, it's literally, it gets me mad thinking about it. I'm thinking, how stupid can you write this? No fucking way that you can't tell me that these geniuses decide to go, okay, dog, I'm just gonna fucking just go against everything that's made me successful. Think of all the work they did to even get that piece of equipment. Then you're gonna be like, all right, let's go travel like it's normal. No, you moron, you have to have private traveling. You dumb fuck. How do you
in Home Alone were somewhat realistic. Sure, the stunts are absolutely ridiculous, but the scenarios make sense.
Well, it makes sense because you're not up against like trained mercenaries. You're up against two bumbling morons that frankly are written to be kind of bumbling morons, where Marv is kind of a fucking dumb fuck. Let's be honest, Marv's a complete fucking idiot. I think it's very feasible to think that Marv is an incompetent robber. In fact, there's a joke by Family Guy about this. Home Alone, if it had competent robbers, and it ends them shooting Kevin in the head. It's pretty fucking fun. It's dark humor, but it's funny dark humor. And I just thinking that's literally what we're talking about. But you actually have that in this movie with people who have been eluding the FBI for 7 years. 7 years. And somehow we're dumb enough to get themselves even in this situation, which is a show of major incompetence, to fucking put $1 million, I'm talking millions of dollars, that would have had them retiring in Tahiti somewhere. You put it in the hands of public transit that gets you in this situation. Yeah. I cast doubt. A lot of doubt.
I think where Home Alone 1 and 2 were made for kids and adults to enjoy, Home Alone 3 felt like it was just mostly made for kids, if that makes sense.
The problem is the premise doesn't make any sense because you made it for kids, yet you throw in an entire adult premise that has worldwide implications and millions of dollars at play in the mix, is where Home Alone 1 and 2, there was adult themes to it. We're talking about robbing a children's hospital in the second movie. It's kind of fucked up. Robert Marv talk about killing Kevin. That's fucked up for a kids movie. You also talk with the family aspect, the family aspect, the family, the family complications, the fact that Kevin is treated like shit in his own family. There's a lot of relatability within that entire first two movies. As where when you watch Home Alone 3, it's like this kid just happens to be basically going on to it's like a Spy Kids movie, but just dumb. It's not even a well-written Spy Kids movie. It's just dumb. It's really, really dumb with zero effort put in, and there's no real connection. And the kid just isn't likable because he's a little kid. And I feel so bad for the kid because it's not his fault. He's a little kid. They went too young with the role. You should have had a kid that's maybe like 10 or 13 that is going to be able to be witty, funny, but also have a sense of actual like range with his acting. There's no range with this kid because he's too young to have range. He didn't know what the fuck range would be.
sense, which doesn't make it inherently bad. That's just the vibe I got. The magic of Home Alone 1 and 2 were that it was a kid's dream to be home alone when their parents were annoying them or in
Maybe, and that's another thing. Like it's the fact that I don't even was that movie even in Christmas time or just winter time? This is about Christmas, spending home alone away from your family in Christmas, and discovering the true meaning of family, which is why those themes hit, especially with the old man with the shovel, and he talks about not having his family, and Kevin feels like shit because he realizes I've taken my family for granted, even if they're assholes. Even I'll be honest with you, Kevin had a lot of points of them being assholes, but the point was to show both those families, both his family and Kevin, realized how much they mistreated each other, and that was the whole point. Now, number 2 is kind of an outlier in itself, but it's the same premise, but probably expanded upon bigger. And I think the relationship between Kevin's mom and Kevin only gets better because of it. As where you watch the third movie, it's like you didn't do anything wrong as a mom, and you leave your kid home, and all of a sudden he's at war with mercenaries. What's the lesson here? Don't be a dumbass and fucking not use public transit if you're going to fucking pull off a heist that's worth millions of dollars. Thanks for the lesson there, but okay.
New York for Christmas with infinite money, and then beating up stupid villains who want to break into your house.
Yes, emphasis on stupid, by the way. These are supposed to be legit trained mercenaries. How are you this dumb? I cannot wrap my head around it. It's like the Call of Duty crew of Ghost, Soap, and Captain Price literally walked in and got outdone by a fucking booby trap with a log. Yeah, that's how fucking Soap dies. Oh, thanks, guys. You kill Soap because he's dumb. Yeah, that works out. That'll work out.
In particular, or steal from a children's store / children's hospital.
Yes.
The motivation made sense. Even the villains with the kid had on-screen chemistry.
Because they were dumb. They were dumbed down to the level that kids could laugh at and adults could think, wow, you guys are fucking morons. And you laugh at them because you know they're morons. How am I supposed to relate to a fucking mercenary stealing millions of dollars of equipment that probably killed, has probably like 12 dozen bodies in the last 3 months? What the fuck? When did Eric Killmonger get here? Am I supposed to fucking sit here and relate to Eric Killmonger? Not in that aspect.
No one is envying a kid with chicken pox protecting a US government microchip being.
No. And by the way, why would I care? This has nothing to do with Home Alone. And also, who gives a shit? All you're really doing is inconveniencing these people just trying to get about their business. All they wanted was the chip. They're not even robbing people. All they're doing is trying to get the thing that they stole fair and square. Like, if you think about the premise of it, they're not robbing people. They're not inconveniencing anyone to an extent. They just need the one thing back that they needed. Yeah, they're dicks about it, sure. But, you have millions of dollars on the line, you'd be the same way. We're talking millions of dollars here. And they're just like, give me the chip, motherfucker. Because I wrangled that kid too, shit. I'd be like, give me my fucking chip. I swear to God, you can get slapped. For real. Like, what are we... The premise of this movie makes no sense.
Talked down to condescendingly by the cops. Like, what even is this? Why didn't Alex just break the chip? You bend any of those pins and it's unusable.
I wouldn't do that because then what's stopping the mercenaries from doing some dark shit? I don't put it above them to kill a child. I'm just gonna be honest. Who knows? If Harry and Marv are willing to do it, what do you think those fuckers are willing to do?
It's immediately useless to the villains. They have no reason.
Yeah, but then they'll kill the kid because then he has no leverage. So honestly, that kind of pokes a hole in the logic. I'm just saying, if I'm thinking that way.
To go chase you now. Also, there's absolutely no reason for these dudes to be creeping around the neighborhood in various disguises if they're just gonna break into the houses. Also,
Yeah, why are they in disguises? No one knows who you are. No one knows who you are. You walked into an airport casual as fuck and no one cared. So why in a suburban neighborhood quiet as shit would anyone care to go, hey, what's up? No. You fucking morons. Why are you in disguises? That makes no fucking sense.
Where are they even from? There's one American woman, an American dude, some scary guy with an accent, and another guy, I think. They're all just kind of
Well, Die Hard. It's Die Hard, bro. Actually, when did Die Hard come out? Let's make sure. Nah, I think we know. I think we know exactly where they got it one. Oh shit. My friend sends me some funny shit. Anyways, let me look when Die Hard came out. That might actually explain a lot. Die Hard, I think, is the style they were taking from. That's what they took from. It's totally Die Hard. This is like totally now I get it. It's Die Hard. This is that 90s style. That fucking 90s style. 1988. That's where they took from. It's like Die Hard, but instead of like Bruce Willis, it's some annoying kid.
forgettable characters that are written to be more stoic like Matrix bad guys. And that sets up some funny comedy in
Again, I don't agree with that because Matrix came afterwards and it's clearly Die Hard. No. It's not even Heat. No, I don't know why I even brought up Heat. I just thought I looked at the suit and the guy looks like a Temu brand Al Pacino. No. It's Die Hard. It's totally Die Hard. It's Die Hard villains. Yeah. It's bad, but whatever.
contrast to their personalities, but it just doesn't hit for me. We get to know Marv and Harry's
Marv and Harry are funny and eccentric. These guys, it's like, oh, they get beat down. It's like, I can't really laugh at that because I don't really envision myself laughing at your pain and suffering. I mean, I'll try and laugh because I want you to fail and fail miserably because you're mercenaries and I want you to die miserably. But it's like, I don't know. It's funnier killing mercenaries on GTA 5 than it is watching you guys get your shit pushed in. So
personalities as kind of these scuffed up, failed villains who are just bad at their jobs. Like
Yeah.
they're pretty like low level burglars. It's at least more believable in this universe than 4 villains who are working with North Korean terrorists. Yep. That's right.
they're working with North Korea and you use public air travel to get the job done that has millions of dollars on the line. Yeah, Kim Jong-un is or is it Kim Jong-il at this time is going to have you executed. Have fun, buddy.
When the FBI finally gets a call from Alex, who found the microchip in the toy car and called the Chicago division of the U.S. Air Force, the FBI shows up at their school and explains that Alex is in danger, like right now, and instead of her
So you didn't go straight to the kid's house. You went straight to the school to tell the people when you should be at the house. That makes a load of sense there, guys.
hurrying to go, Scarlett Johansson, oh yeah, Scarlett Johansson's here. She
Aww. That's before she became my sexy boo icon. I'm gonna shut up.
plays the sister, shuts the door on them and forces them to explain in more detail what's
Listen here, Black Widow. I'm gonna fucking swear to God, you better get the fuck out of my way. That's what it should have been said in this situation. But yeah, it's like she shuts the door. I'm like, did you not hear the part of your brother is in trouble? Get the fuck out of the way. What are we doing? What do you need explained here? What the fuck?
going on. Like, this isn't an urgent situation.
Like,
and
is this
that's
not-
when he explains that these guys are working with North Korean terrorists.
Top secret electronic device stolen from a Defense Department contractor by a group of international criminals working for a North Korean terrorist organization.
So why were they
So why are you here?
doing a deal in Hong Kong, China? Who are these guys? Where are they from? What are their ethnic?
Yeah, why is China involved? I actually want to know that. That leads into another question. Why is China involved? I mean, China and North Korea have a interesting relationship, but I want to know the exact extent here.
Why are they working? Why? What is going on? Overall, Home Alone, but he struggles to actually be home alone, is still a fun movie. It's still enjoyable, and the physical
I disagree.
comedy is still banging. You get the typical electrocution scenes, the goop in
It wasn't terrible and it was kind of entertaining, but it's like, as a kid, it's kind of entertaining, but I just felt like, dude, this shit sucks. I was just more annoyed watching it versus actually enjoying it because I knew it was stupid. As where in the first two, I was laughing my ass off because I genuinely found Marv and Harry failing to be the funniest part.
the paint can scenes. And there's this one scene where the guy pulls down a dummy doll and it triggers a snowblower to come tumbling down on him, further continuing the trend of stunts that should have brutally mutilated someone. But instead he got a nice haircut.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. He should, like, if it was up to me writing this movie, there would have been like a blood spatter that went up the fucking, like right here. Like, let me show you right here.
And it triggers a snowblower to
Watch.
come tumbling down on him, further continuing the trend of stunts that should have
Right here, the blood would have like, sorry, whoopsie, you don't want to hit my mic. The blood would have, you would have just seen the blood splattering up like a fucking, like a fucking fountain stream floating up. That's what would, like, Mortal Kombat style. That's what should have happened in that moment. But unfortunately, it's PG, so we don't get any cool shit. Would have saved this movie, honestly.
brutally mutilated someone. But instead he got a nice haircut. This should have fucking killed him. Holy shit. There's a rat that climbs up in his pants. A little flat, but nice. Alex throwing away the real gun is pretty funny. I don't know why, but so far they're obsessed with giving these
I have no idea why they thought to bring guns to a fucking entire conversation with a kid, but all right. This could have been like, this could have all been probably avoided if they just went around and just went and asked the kid, "Can you give me that back?" But no, we went to this route.
kids fake guns. But then there are scenes that don't really make sense here, like when Alex lures them out of the house with the chip.
Recognize this?
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro.
These guys jump off the roof into a trampoline that's been placed over a frozen pool. And these guys literally stay in the pool for the rest of the movie. They don't even try to get out. It's like, well, I guess we're just here now. And then this lady sits in the laundry chute without looking and falls down. Who does that? Also,
Again, these are trained mercenaries tasked to get millions of dollars worth of a chip. Do you understand that?
they could have all just taken the stairs. Also, who doesn't look before they sit down? Overall, the story I thought was a bit weak, but if you just let it take you away, it's pretty fun. We do get the satisfaction of everyone knowing.
Problem is, as a kid, I might be able to do that. Just thinking now, it's just like, who wrote this shit and why did you write this? Were you trying to capture on, like, what were you trying to capture here? Die Hard for kids? Because that's what it felt like, but dumb.
Knowing that Alex caught the bad guys that we actually don't get in the first two movies. Despite my criticisms, I'm giving this one a strong B.
I think you're being too generous.
Sorry, I had to light a candle because it's about to get pretty stinky. The runtimes keep getting shorter and the ratings keep getting lower.
I
Home
never
Alone
watched
4
this.
is 1
Never watched
hour and
this.
24.
I have got to watch Home Alone 4, and then I got to just roast the crap out of it. But all right. I'd actually rather skip this because I'm going to do this myself. Let's see. There's a Sweet Alabama one. What the fuck? I watched. Where's the one with the fucking annoying little shit? This is the one, the latest one. This one is terrible, by the way. So I have two I gotta watch. Taking Back the House. We're gonna take that, and then we're gonna go into Home Alone, The Holiday Hells, or where the fuck that even is. Okay. All right, let's do that. But now we're gonna go on to the latest one, and I have watched this one. I hate it. The only part that I actually sat there and got a little bit of a feeling at, even though the guy's a real life piece of shit, was Buzz sitting in the car talking about Kevin, and I kind of got a smile on my face. That is it. Other than that, I fucking hated every second of this movie. It was painful, excruciating, and I'm gonna roast the crap out of it right now.
It's all been leading up to this.
The worst pile of shit that has ever been concepted in the history of mankind. And I don't even think that what I just said to describe this movie actually perfectly or adequately encapsulates how much pain this movie really went in, like really got me into. It was in just pain, bro. I was in pain watching this shit. Like someone was shoving a knife down my freaking goddamn leg.
Home Alone 6, or should I say Home Sweet Home Alone.
Sweet Home Alabama. Okay, I'm done.
Let me just be upfront here and say that every character in this movie was unlikable. The
Every single character, including the kid, sucked. And there was no redemption for anyone in this movie, especially the child. Wanted to just say that.
kid is a little shit. They wrote him
He
to
really
be
is.
extremely rude to people.
Everyone in this movie is a dick, and he's a bigger dick somehow. It's incredible. He's just a little asshole. It's like, you know what? You deserve to lose your fucking gifts. That should have been the lesson. Someone should have jacked your gifts and given them to charity. And then that would have been a good thing in this movie that would have happened. You selfish little prick. There. Are we good now?
From the start for no reason.
Cool dolls.
Oh, God. And made him British. It made him even more of an annoying twatsicle. That's the worst part. He was British, so he was just a more unlikable because he didn't have any redeeming quote. He was just really snarky. He was very snarky, and the British accent upped the snarkiness rating by like 25% because he's British. And unfortunately, with a British accent, you know that when you call someone stupid in that accent, it hurts 25% more. It makes you 25% more punchable.
They're not mine. They belonged to my mother.
Sure they did.
Also, he's British, which doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have
No, right? It has nothing to do with him being even more unbearable to deal with.
anything to do with that, of course. But it was pretty shocking at the time. I think I was so used to seeing American families that this really threw me for a loop. I wrote it down in my notes. He meets the main villains at their open house, and he is so rude to them. But Jeff is super unlikable back at him.
No McDonald's for you on the way home.
You can't promise a kid McDonald's and not deliver.
Oh, what a McShane.
Oh,
Brother, this guy
Just to
stinks.
explain how much I don't like this.
That was kind of funny, though. What a McShane was actually kind of funny. I'm going to give him that. Only because I would have said some shit like that right back to him, too, wanting that little fucker's downfall. Again, they made me root for the robbers to win because I would have robbed that kid, too. Fuck that kid. He doesn't deserve shit. He deserves nothing, little fucker. She got Sparta kicked in the first fucking 5 seconds. I've never hated. By the way, I'm not trying. He's an actor. He's doing his job. I feel for the kid, if anything. I want to make that very clear. It's not the actors I do have empathy for that had to do this sorry ass role and wrote this poor kid to be such an unlikable little bastard. But goddamn it, within the context of the movie, within the universe of the movie, I would Sparta kick this fucking kid.
Kid, there's a scene where the kid's mad that he can't take the free toys at church because they're donations for less fortunate.
This goes against everything to do with Home Alone. That's what also bothered me. I'm like, so you just took Home Alone 2 and just did, let me spit on Home Alone 2 real quick. That's what y'all did with this movie. Right there, that is a direct and absolute flip off to Kevin's character. Fuck y'all, dude. That's why I hate this movie. It's like trying to be too smart for its own good. And I'm like, where was the goal here? Are you trying to make the child the villain? Because you're doing a damn good job. Because what the fuck is this? Kevin tried to risk his life by making traps and fucking, and by the way, now I'm starting to think about it. Yeah, he was right to try and kill Harry and Marv. Fuck that. Bricks were valid. You're stealing from a fucking children's hospital. You can catch bricks in the face, Harry and Marv. You guys deserve to be put in prison. Legit. Like, you guys deserve to get fucking, like, hit with literal war crimes. That's despicable. And this kid's going to come in here and he's going to sit there and talk about, oh, I should have these gifts. Why? Fuck you. You have everything, you little bastard brat. You have a single mom, meaning you get spoiled like a motherfucker.
Kids who don't live in a mansion.
These toys are for
they made it
children
worse.
less fortunate than you.
Ah, okay. Thought it was too good to be true.
Oh, brother.
Are you serious? Too good? Like, that's the lesson you take from this? Man, fuck you.
Aaron from The Office is here, and these two are trying to sell their house while trying to hide it from their kids.
And the worst part is they tried to make the robbers as if like these people that needed this. It's like you could have done so much of a better job to show that these people need to rob the house by not making it into a traditional Home Alone movie, but actually going into war with that kid. Would have been funnier. You see them all trying to like set booby traps for each other. Like it would have been like back and forth. That would have made more sense. But all you did was make this kid look like a complete piece of shit for basically trying to fuck over people out of Christmas presents when he didn't need them. And the lesson was he didn't even need them. And it's the truth. The kid's a spoiled brat who could have learned a lesson from this. And his mom should have just done this from the start. This is such a dumb movie, bro. It's so unlikable.
Awful thing to do. I hate them also. I like her as an actor, and she was one of the small silver
She is quite literally the only funny part of this movie because she's actually funny. Again, the other people I feel for, they were given the lines they were given and they had to work with it. But I'm pretty sure that's the one from Netflix of that movie, that show that was based on the Cleveland incident where those women were trapped in the basement. And she's fucking funny. Kimmy something. It's yeah, that funny funny intro, and it had the funny black gay dude on the show. It's really funny. He goes, unbreakable. They're alive, damn it. It's a miracle. It's funny as shit. I just can't remember the fucking show, but she actually is funny.
linings in this movie, but the writing was so bad she couldn't even save it. Also, I'll be dubbing over this guy's name because I kept calling him the dad because he is a dad in this movie, but he's not the dad of the main protagonist. So it's
Nah, he probably would have been regretting abortion at that point with this little. I'm sorry, I'm nuts, dark, but God, I hate this kid, man. He sucks. I don't blame the actor. I'm repeating it again. It's not the actor's fault. It's not. This little kid doesn't deserve any hatred outside of this movie at all, and he doesn't deserve any hatred on any fucking level. He did what the writers and directors deserve to get shit on, if anything, right? But God, they made him such a little dick, man. You the kid's reading his lines going, what the fuck are you all have me saying? I don't want to do this.
it's confusing, so I'm just dubbing over him Jeff. So they become
Jeff.
villains because they can't afford to keep their house because Jeff lost their job as a migration manager.
What the fuck even is that?
Like for databases. And hearing him talk about computer stuff in this movie is so cringe. Like they just didn't have to go into it like this if they didn't know what was going on.
Well, any company with a brain needs a good data migration manager. Okay? I mean, I wouldn't trust an algorithm to port over a MySQL database to a new server without any human oversight.
He
What the fuck are you talking about?
literally hates the cloud
It's the cloud.
and wants everything to be local storage or something.
You're not even using solid state storage on site?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I'll tell you what it means. What it means is you're entirely at the whim of a hosted service provider for virtualization.
Unbreakable.
backup.
Sorry, I'm not a woman in
I don't know
It's
why
a
they even went
miracle.
this deep into it in the first place. So they're supposed to be the villains, but you feel bad for them and hate
And it's the point. Yeah, all you did was make Home Alone, but Kevin's a piece of shit that basically, as a selfish fuck that was going to steal from the children's hospital fund in the first place for himself and just beat Harry and Marv to the punch because fuck them. Instead of him actually doing the noble goal of saving those kids Christmas and making sure they got exactly what they deserved for Christmas. Yeah, way to spit on the legacy of fucking Home Alone, by the way. That's why I hate this movie. They spit on the legacy of Home Alone. What a joke.
the kid. And it's also really confusing because it's kind of set from the villain's perspective. Jeff finds out that one of the dolls from the first scene is worth like 200 grand because someone
I mean, I can't blame them. Fuck these people. Go take that. Fuck yeah. They need that shit more than they do. And the whole lesson is that's the literal truth. Again, whatever.
mentioned it at the open house.
I can't.
$5,000 for an ugly little porcelain kid. I didn't get half that for selling my real kids.
Oh, bro.
And he opens the box to find that the doll is gone. And guess who must have took it? This kid. You know how the rest goes, but
Yeah, of course. Again, what a great kid this guy is. What a great kid this kid is.
the jokes in this movie are so painfully bad. I had enough material to make a short compilation.
I just stepped on a Lego. It's the most painful thing in the world.
You sure that's the most painful thing in the world? Try watching this movie back to front. It's more painful than a Lego, which is shocking.
10-year-old son is at home by himself.
Yeah, but first world problems, you know.
First world.
I mean, he's right.
We need a W, Pam. Our family's W is in that house.
Yes, Stu, nobody has a landline anymore because it's not 1993. What's your next idea? Should I beep him after I listen to the new MC Hammer
No wonder the kid's a piece of shit. His dad's a fucking retard.
joint?
Please stop. Please, God, stop. I'm begging you.
Internet, show me your worst.
This is just brutal. It's just so diabolical.
Well played, Mum and Dad.
Although one thing that got me is the idea that if you're a British family, you have a photo of your family posing on Abbey Road. But
which is just terribly done. Like Sonic did it way better in Sonic 3, but whatever. We're not going to get into that.
They even do that thing where they make a self-aware nod to the original movie with
Yes, while they've done nothing but shit on the entire premise of the originals.
that movie Kevin watches in it, but they literally made an alien version of that movie for this Home Alone and then says,
To get your ugly, yellow, no good
Oh, this is garbage. I don't know why they're always trying to remake the classics.
I need you to sit with that for a minute. Even the directors and writers of this movie just basically said, this shit is ass and we're doing this for a paycheck. I actually applaud that level of fucking honesty, to be honest with you.
Never as good as the originals.
They're not wrong.
I
mean,
no.
is he wrong? It's self-aware. I mean, at least they're honest about it. Fuck. I mean, that's how dumb this is. Like, at least you're being honest about it.
No. Also, in the Home Alone multiverse, we're set back in the original Home Alone universe. This is supposed to be the same universe. The first time they try to break in, also his parents left him home alone by accident on the way to Japan. It doesn't matter. But the first time they try to break in, Max the kid overhears them talking and thinks that they're going to kidnap him and sell him for money.
All we have to do.
I don't think anyone's going to buy you, kid. You're so annoying, you might honestly get unsold because you're fucking annoying. Jesus. He's such an unlikable twat.
Is find that ugly little boy.
Well, again, and this is the part you're supposed to feel bad for the kid because it's just really fucking a fucked up thing to say about a child. But this kid's such a dick that you might as well say it.
And then some crazy old lady will pay us $200,000 for him.
So he calls the cops, and guess who it is?
Evening.
Not Kevin. This gave me a fucking heart attack when I watched it.
I'm so glad it wasn't Kevin, but I knew it wasn't Kevin because I damn well already knew, like, because his thing, I already looked through like the cast of this movie. I already like scoured through like the premise. I'm not stupid before I go into movies. I have to make sure, and I knew the score of this movie was pretty bad, so I knew Kevin wasn't in it. So, and plus I could tell by the body shape, it's very rotund, so that's not Kevin. Kevin's skinny. But I like this as an actual like Easter egg. I did. And I like the fact that he talked about Kevin. Because that was the only good part of the movie. Because I felt like I had a smile on my face for that one moment. And then it was wiped off the rest of this movie. And then I was depressed.
At first, I was like, you're telling me Kevin went through all that just to become a cop? A weird cop, too.
I'm sure you never forget your anniversary, do you?
No ring on this finger, ma'am. No one's been able to tame this wild stallion.
I did. I still enjoyed the cameo. Even if he's a piece of shit in real life. And even if this is weird.
But this is Buzz.
Don't you know how to knock phlegm wad?
A cameo from the original actor, but they wrote him in to be a loser cop and insinuates that Kevin grew up and got in the business of making home alarm systems.
Guess what? The place
Which was honestly ironic as shit, but also fitting.
had a McAllister home alarm system. Oh, gee. The coincidence?
By the end of the movie, you completely forget about him, though. The physical comedy bits are the worst yet. So uncreative, so unimaginative, and they only used the most reused tropes. Icy driveway, spicy cookies, but they added Mentos and soda. Never would have thought of that. Max ices the road, which is super dangerous for literally anyone else that has to drive in this neighborhood.
Because he's a selfish little prick. Again, he's such a selfish little bastard. It's like, why do I feel for this kid? He's basically selfish. He doesn't care for other kids that are in need. He has no self-awareness. As where Kevin was kind of like a gem of a fucking character where, yeah, he was rich and well off, but he was the exact opposite, where he was self-aware of people in need, where he understood and learned lessons from his elders. He learned from his elders. He understood from his elders that they're in pain, that he would just want to do something nice for them on Christmas. Like, everyone deserves a nice gift on Christmas and some redemption on Christmas. As where this movie just doesn't do that at all. I just feel disgusted and sick to my stomach. I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of rooting for y'all to kind of beat the kid upside the head with a bat because I can't stand his little brat ass. He doesn't deserve his presence. He doesn't deserve anything. He's a fucking twatsicle. He has a terrible fucking, and his upbringing sucks too. The parents are bigger assholes than I think I realized, because the mom's a spineless, weak little swine-bellied measle. I got that from Stewie Griffin. Don't judge me. And the dad's just a bumbling buffoon idiot who has no business being a father. So of course it's written to where it's nearly not his fault for why he is the way he is, but he's just such an unlikable, selfish asshole. It's like, come on, dude, you can't write shit like this and expect anyone to try and relate to this crap. It's not a good relate. It's not a great way to relate. In fact, you don't relate at all. How are you supposed to relate to something like this? How are you supposed to relate to something like this? Because I can't relate to something like this at all. I think it's just fucking a shame how much they've ruined this movie for me. And the worst part is, it wasn't like it was hard to try and. That's the problem with these movies. They lost sight of the themes that made these movies beloved by all. Instead, they just made everyone in this movie unlikable.
Hood, after sliding down the driveway, why don't they just walk up the snow instead? Her feet catch on fire, and instead of just stepping in the snow all around her, she tries to go for the faucet. Also, watching a pin go into a finger is so hard to watch.
FYI, just step into the snow thing is funny because Harry got set on fire in the fucking first movie. Do you want to know what he did? He put his head in the snow. I know. What a concept.
More than Marv getting electrocuted to skeletal remains. Max puts a VR headset on the Jeff at one point, and we're supposed to believe he doesn't feel it on his head. He thinks this is real.
He wasn't drugged or anything. He just doesn't know he has a VR headset on the top of his head. He's actually that stupid, apparently. I'm supposed to believe that he is that actually stupid. No one is this stupid. No one. Not even a Candace Owens fucking viewer is this stupid. And those people are pretty fucking dumb and believe anything.
Those things are heavy. I think you would notice
You'd
it on your
think,
head.
right? You would
like, the
think.
physical comedy is just like, this is so stupid. Though I guess you could make the same argument for that guy in Home Alone 3 that couldn't feel the massive weight difference between a real and toy gun. Also,
Right. But at least with that, that's again, but that's again from another bad movie. Because Home Alone 3 isn't a good movie. So at the end of the day, it's just par for the course with these fucking movies.
oh, when you found out he was home, why didn't you just knock on the door to ask him? Or like leave a note for when the family got back? After a bunch of torture, they're just begging him to just talk to them, and he keeps bullying them. It was one of those movies where they had so many opportunities to just talk and explain.
It's same as the third movie. Why don't you just ask the kid back for the chip? Why don't you just talk to the dumb little shit? He's a little brat. But all you do is call him or his mother. Why would you break in to steal the doll back when that doll was taken? You think that the mom's gonna be someone? The mom looked like a very chill lady in the movie, so just ask her, and they probably would have gave it back. I'm 99% sure if you made the premise of the mom was gone, and then you ask the kid, and he says no, fuck off, and this would have been more justified. I'd be like, okay, the premise is stupid, but fuck it, I'll take it. At least I can understand the premise semi from that standpoint. You never even asked the dumb kid. No wonder you fucking thought you guys were trying to fucking sell him into sex slavery, which is a fucking really gross premise, by the way.
Things, and they didn't, and it's infuriating to watch. Eventually, they figure out that everything was just a huge misunderstanding, and Max doesn't even have the doll.
I'm 10 years old. Why on earth would I want a doll?
So
Because you're a narcoleptic little shit, you asshole. Okay.
So everything we just watched was completely pointless.
Of course, because the entire idea of making this movie was pointless, except for cash.
I hate these characters.
I hate this movie.
So who has the doll? Some random toddler who's the son of the side characters. It's like their aunt and uncle or something. And he throws the doll, Max catches it and saves Christmas for them. This was the only movie I really wanted to turn off. Like at the beginning.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate this movie so much. I actually want Disney to suffer for this one act of absolute fucking malice and disgust. How could you make a movie this badly?
Before Max yelps that he wishes to be home alone. The house is absolutely chaotic and not in a funny way. It was genuinely stressful to watch. I don't know if that's some trauma coming out, but this gave me so much anxiety.
And at the end of the day, I actually did feel bad for the kid because then I realized something. I'd be an asshole too if I was in this situation. Shit. Here's why he has no parenting. See, one thing I will say about the Home Alone movies with Kevin takes after his mom. who's a good person, who's a person trying to learn from her mistakes. As stupid as the premise of leaving your kid alone not once but twice, like bumbling morons, is, you understand the premise of the mom being a good. Look at this shit. How is this kid supposed to be a good kid under these conditions? His dad is such a fucking moron that I actually hate him. I hate his father so much that I would genuinely punch his teeth down his throat. That's how fucking unlikable that character is. Where he can go fuck himself. He's an absolute useless, unlikable bastard. As where, you know, in the first movies, of course you're going to sit there and feel for Kevin, but you also see the silver lining of that family where there's some good in there. I don't see that in here. I don't see that at all. Even the family looks like a cohesive unit somewhat in a likable, lovable family that's chaotic. But Kevin might be the black sheep only because of the fact that Kevin, you know, he's outspoken, but he's always the one that feels the world's against him. But you see how much they love Kevin in those movies when they talk about him, and you feel that absolute connection. Man, I don't feel shit from this, man. What the hell am I supposed to? Of course, this kid sucks. I felt bad only for the kid for the wrong reasons. I'm like, man, he's called CPS at this fucking point. This kid's fucked.
Anxiety. I almost wanted to cry. I was so close to turning it off.
Max, please, you are not the only person in this house.
F tier. I don't want to talk about
So bad. So bad.
this movie anymore. So,
I mean, that's basically what I would say. It's just terrible. Oh shit, I didn't see Bianca in this the whole time. I was too busy focused on. I never see chat when I'm deep within the midst of a video. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's hard for me to see chat because I'm literally watching the video, so the chat's never there for me. I apologize. I have got to fix that. I apologize. I didn't. But yeah, like Kevin, you could understand as a character because while he was an annoying little shit, if you look deeper in the surface, he tried to save Christmas for a bunch of kids in a hospital. He helped people in his own neighborhood not be robbed by these two assholes who were basically robbing gifts, I'm pretty sure. I think they were taking gifts from people's houses. That's how fucking scummy Marv and Harry are. They were taking Christmas presents away. Like, if that doesn't make you a heartless piece of shit, I don't know what does. You're taking gifts away from children. That premise makes Home Alone and Kevin such a likable pair, despite Kevin being an annoying little shit. And by the way, my Spanish teacher actually, no joke, my Spanish teacher is was it like remember that scene where Kevin's winning in the first movie and you see the ice skater? She's my Spanish teacher. Shit, you're not. True story. And she talked about this little, Macaulay Culkin. He was an annoying little shit on set. But regardless, the kid, but beyond the annoying attitude of Kevin, you understood the heart that was there for these movies and the heart that was there for Kevin as a character, to where you understood, man, these kids just suck in the other ones. They're just little smart ass assholes that they haven't gotten their asses whooped with a belt yet. So that's my take. I hate them. And it's not the actor's fault. It's not any of that. It's not even the writing. Oh, it is the writing. My bad. It's the writing and the direction, and it's not the child actors or anything. And that's what makes these movies so unlikable, because there's no redeeming qualities of the actual shenanigans. In the first two movies, Kevin was essentially a hero, doing things to save Christmas for people that needed it. That is special. After that, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with these movies. You're talking about defending the U.S. government because you're basically home alone for like 6 hours because you have chicken pox and you're out doing I was kind of on the mercenary side because you're taking a payday away from people and all they're trying to do is get like one thing back. They're not robbing people. They just want their one thing back, little kid. Don't be a dick. And then the other movies, I don't know. I haven't watched the other two movies yet up until the most recent one, which I did watch. And it was just an unlikable, unfeasible, unsalvageable pile of fucking shit that basically isn't fucking a good return on investment whatsoever. So if I'm to grade these movies, yeah, I only talked about the bad ones because it's very easy to talk about the good ones, as I just did. And I'd be here for hours talking about how good they are. But what makes it really fun to talk about the bad ones is you appreciate the good ones for what they are more because you've watched the bad, where you miss the fact that you could talk about how good of a character Kevin was as compared to Max, who was essentially just an unfortunate spoiled brat because his father was a negligent fuck who was not fit to be a father, and his mom was way in over her head. Where number 3, I mean, I don't know. I felt like the mom. I think the mom was a single mom and had some kids, and he was just home alone. He was just in the wrong place, wrong time, and he decided to fuck around with a bunch of mercenaries because he was bored. Granted, did they do some shady shit? Sure, they're mercenaries, they're dicks, but I don't know. This is over a chip, by the way. Like, this is far beyond like the spirit of Christmas, guys. I don't care. The first 2 were special because it involves stealing presents from children and learning life lessons as a child and appreciating family. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you about these other movies. They just miss the whole plot and the whole point in the whole heart of Home Alone. That's why Kevin is relatable and likable by so many people beyond his annoying little personality. That's good writing, though. I don't know what else to say about these other movies. They're not good. They're not really likable. And I think she's too nice with 3. I think 3 is an abortion. I think it's terrible. But anyways, that's just the Home Alone movies for me. I want to talk about this because I don't like just to do drama stuff, guys. I like to do my movie coverage. We'll talk about the Predator movies as well. I have actual Predator reviews of each movie, by the way. And we will get to those. I will actually have a Predator stream one of these days. That sounds so wrong out of context, doesn't it? I will have a Yautja movie. And fuck you, motherfuckers, man. Okay, we'll talk about that. But I'm gonna go now. I will come back a little later and we'll do our drama coverage as per usual when I get some topics. And I have some topics in mind. None really that great, but we'll see. Maybe it'll get better throughout the days. I don't know. Maybe Kino will come back, guys. Hopefully. I don't think so. I think Kino will probably be gone for like another 2 weeks for the rest of y'all, but hopefully they're back soon. There's a lot of good stuff coming up and a lot of good topics for them to talk about, but you know how they are. They like to really take their time on vacation. So anyways, y'all be good. I'm out of here. It's January 5th. What the fuck am I talking Merry Christmas for?